What is good, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Paul. I make two types of videos on this channel. The first is about Japanese society, life, and culture from the viewpoint of a long-term foreign resident. I live in Japan. I've been here for 18 years. The other type of video I make is about sneakers. Sneakers that I pick up, unboxing, reviews, that kind of thing. And there's a tradition on this channel that every year in December, I make a top 5 list of my favorite sneaker YouTubers that I watch during the year. I really got into sneaker YouTube starting about 3 years ago, and I started making this end of year video to say who I like watching and who I would recommend you to check out. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit weird that someone who does videos about sneakers is telling you to go to these other channels, but I think their content is great, and if you went over there and subscribed, I'd be very happy for them if they got some love from people who watch my video and think, oh, I'll go try those other channels out. So it's not a competition in my mind. I just want to share with you the channels that I feel are worthwhile. And without further ado, let's get into number 5, Elliot Page. I didn't watch him a lot prior to 2022, but I really got into his content this year, mainly because he just does a lot of really good on-feet shots. He gets really nice sneakers, puts them on feet, gives you his honest opinion. He's got this kind of soothing South African accent that's, I guess, tempered a little bit by his time in England. And he's just good to listen to. He puts together some pretty good fits, and I think it's a good channel to check out. The number 4 spot on the list is going to go to your boy B, Bullet RC, who actually was number 1 on this list a couple of years ago, but he kind of dropped off from YouTube for a while. He had some things going on in his life, I guess. He wasn't really into making videos for a while, and he could very well be number 1 this year as well if he made videos all year long, and I've been watching him all year long, but that wasn't the case. But basically, he has just an infectious personality, loves sneakers, has been putting out content for a while, so the way he does it, he's got a particular style that really works. He's funny, he's engaging. I like his style, and I definitely recommend you go check out his channel. And at number 3, we have the official Wear Testers channel, where the host, Chris, actually gives so much information. It's the one sneaker YouTuber on this list that really does a big info dump. Like, he knows his history of the shoes. He can take the latest retro and say, okay, here's where the cuts and the materials are different from the original. Here's how the cuts and the colorway and the material are different from the retro that came out 5 years ago. Like, he has this kind of encyclopedic breakdown of these shoes, and if you are into the information like I got to be, I can't consider myself an old head because back in the day I couldn't get the sneakers. It's just now that I'm older and have some money that I'm able to actually pick up sneakers at this time in my life. So I don't have that direct knowledge of comparing to the old ones. It's just that I remember those times, and he talks about a lot of things in the culture that I can relate to because I lived through that time myself. Jordan in the 80s and 90s, etc. So definitely check out the Wear Testers channel if you really want to get that entertaining but very informative content about sneakers. At number 2, we have actually a really relative newcomer to the YouTube space. Apparently he was doing a lot of videos over on TikTok, maybe some other platforms as well, but really got into YouTube this year, and he does it really well. I'm talking about Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, and as evidence of doing it really well, he's getting close to 100,000 subscribers, and he's been doing it for less than a year on the YouTube platform. So just really fast, pretty organic growth of the channel, and he deserves it. And if you want something that is a bit snarky, a bit sarcastic, he just lays his opinion out, and he's not going to worry about if you disagree or agree with him. He does a really good job of just saying, this is what I feel about this, and he's got a good sense of comedy and timing, and so I don't think you'll take offense if your opinion is different than his. It's a good lesson in British sarcasm, I think, and it's just a really entertaining channel. It's something completely different than all of the other channels that I've talked about already. And while he may have a somewhat comedic slant to his channel, he really is a serious through and through sneakerhead. He knows what he's talking about. He's been in this sneaker game for a long time. So just the fact that he's new to YouTube doesn't mean he's new to sneakers. He's not at all. He knows his stuff. He gives his opinion from a place of knowledge, and I'm definitely appreciative of his point of view, and he's just fun to watch as a result. So definitely check out Sneakernomics page. Of course, I am linking all of these channels in the description below, as is only proper. And finally, at number 1, for me, the most watched and most enjoyed sneaker channel of 2022 was Josh Dominic, or JD as he says you can call him. And his channel, I don't know what it is. He just has this ability in his reviews to turn me on to sneakers and to silhouettes and colorways that I probably wouldn't have paid attention to otherwise. Somehow he piques my interest and has a way of describing things that makes me think, oh, I actually should maybe check those out. Or, oh, I actually should get a pair for myself. And that has happened. I do own a couple of pairs of shoes basically off of his recommendation alone. I like his style. I like the way he describes things. He's got this really soothing voice. Like in the old days, we would say, you got a great radio voice. And yeah, his channel is definitely worth checking out. He does his videos out of Germany, and so he can give you some ideas about the difference in sneaker culture there, as well as like how pricing is and releases are different in Europe, etc. But definitely a channel worth checking out, and he's taken the number 1 spot this year. Let me know in the comments below if you watch any of these channels already and what your recommendations would be. So again, I invite you to check out all of their channels, links in the description below. I really wish you a wonderful Happy New Year. I hope that you cop everything you go after in 2023, that you have an amazingly lucky year. This year was not so good for me in terms of copping really hype sneakers. I didn't hit on anything major. Probably the most popular pair of shoes that has shown up on some people's top 10 list that I managed to get for retail was the military black Jordan 4s. But beyond that, I didn't get anything really, spectacular. But I hope that you and I both have that luck in the new year. And I want to thank you very much for watching this particular video. Thank you, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.